Okay, get this. We're diving into this world. It's, well, magic and gunpowder together. And a kingdom is, like, totally on edge after this really intense coup.
Yeah, it's interesting. This kingdom, Adro, it's like they have these parallels to our own history.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like they're struggling with debt, political stuff, and then there's this threat of war,
Hmm.
but like with magic added.
Right, right. Okay, so we're in Adro, but they don't really have all the power. They owe a lot to the Kez, right? This powerful nation next door. And the Kez are basically holding their economy hostage.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
super tense. It's got to be tough. Imagine like being the smaller nation, always like under pressure from this big, richer neighbor.
Totally.
That's Adro,
Yeah.
and it just breeds like resentment
Totally.
billion.
Exactly. And then, boom, Field Marshal Tomas comes in. And he's not playing around. He just straight up, like, stages this coup, overthrows the king.
Wow.
And he's like, Adro needs to break free from the Kez. But get this, he's a powder mage, which means, like, he can control gunpowder with his mind.
Oh wow, that's a lot of power.
It's intense.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. There's this prophecy going around. Krezimir's promise, they call it. And nobody knows what it means, but everyone's freaking out. It's like this rumor mill just feeding on people's fears.
Yeah, it's interesting, this prophecy, because it's like it's a shadow over everything.
Hmm.
Uncertainty, good omen, bad omen, no one knows, and it just makes everything like 10 times more unstable. Just throws fuel on the fire.
So we've got this coup, this mysterious prophecy, a nation that's about to explode. So let's meet the players in this drama. First up, Tomas's son, Taniel. He's also a powder mage,
Okay,
but he's kind of struggling with his dad's legacy.
I can imagine. I mean, living in this shadow of like a figure like Tomas, that can't be easy.
Right.
Yeah,
And to make things even more complicated, Taniel forms this bond with Kapol, a warrior from the Dainese. They've got their own abilities, different from the Adrians.
the Denizzi, it's like this whole other like they challenge how Adrians think about magic and power, like discovering this new culture with different traditions and beliefs.
Right. They completely changed the game. Then there's Adamat. He's a former police investigator,
Okay.
but he's got this perfect memory, which is like the ultimate skill in this situation.
Mm.
So Tomas gives him this job, figure out Krezimir's promise. What does it really mean? He's like the detective in this whole crazy story.
It's that investigation is key, isn't it? Because he's searching for the truth, and that leads him to these dangerous paths. He starts to realize there are these secrets buried in Adro's history, things some people really want to stay hidden.
Oh, yeah. And to make it even more interesting, there's this character, Mihaly. He's a chef, works for Moss.
Yeah.
But he's got some hidden talents. Like, he can conjure food out of thin air.
Wait, really?
Yeah. He's definitely not just a cook.
He represents the unknown almost. We get these glimpses of his power, but his motives are unclear.
Yeah, exactly. He's a wild card. Totally unpredictable.
Could be dangerous.
Oh, for sure. Oh, and we can't forget Rosalia.
Rosalia.
Yeah. She's this ancient, powerful being, like way up there. A Pradai, they call him. And, well, she's basically pulling strings in the shadows.
Pulling strings. How so?
She's got this grudge against Adro's rulers. Talk about a dangerous combination.
Oh, yeah, that adds like a whole other dimension. It suggests that there are forces at work that are way older and more powerful than like anything we've seen.
It's bigger than all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a kingdom in chaos, a coup, a prophecy, and characters who are all hiding something. Let's dig into this Krezimir's promise. It's like this phantom.
Yeah.
Keeps appearing, hinting at some kind of deal between Adra's leaders and this, like, legendary figure, Kresimir. But what was this promise, and what does it mean for Adro now?
Well, what's so interesting is how this prophecy links to the current mess.
Right.
Like Adamat's investigation, it reveals that this promise wasn't just some like symbolic gesture. It involved controlling magic users, privilege, they're called.
Druid.
Yeah, and this suggests a darker side to Adro's history, one built on controlling magic, suppressing certain people.
And the Kez, those sneaky neighbors, they seem to know way more about this promise than Tomas, and they're using that knowledge to stir up trouble, weaken Adro from the inside.
Happens in our world, too. Information is power, and they know that. Manipulating the narrative, rumors, exploiting fear. It's all about control.
Right, but it's not all politics and prophecies. There's some serious personal drama unfolding, too, like the relationship between Tomas and Taniel. Super strained.
Yeah, that father-son thing. It mirrors the whole Adro conflict. Different generations, different ways of thinking. Makes you think about leadership and compromises people make for power.
It's a tough one. And then there's like the romance,
Yeah.
which is just as messy. Taniel's engagement, it falls apart.
Well,
And his connection with Capal just gets deeper. It's a bit of a triangle.
it's this tension between cultures, different ways of life, like that bigger conflict between Adro and the Genies, but like on a personal level.
Exactly. And then, just when you think things can't get more tense, the Kez invade. Full-scale invasion. They attack this super important place, the Mountain Watch. And the battle is, well, the sources describe explosions, magic duels. And it's not pretty.
This invasion, it's a turning point. No more political games, no more whispers. It's survival. The Kez want to conquer Adro, and Tomas has to defend it.
Right in the middle of it all, Taniel ends up facing Brajan the Callous, who leads the Kez forces. Pure power, clashing. It leaves Taniel pretty shaken.
He's got to confront his own power.
Right.
Use it to protect his people.
Yeah.
Or risk losing everything.
It's a defining moment. And then just when you think it can't get crazier, South Pike Mountain erupts. It's like the land itself is freaking out.
It's a symbol, chaos. Shows that the conflict is like unleashing forces beyond anyone's control.
So we've got this coup, a prophecy, a war, these characters hiding stuff, and now a volcano. What happens next?
Well, this is where things get really, really interesting. Remember Adamat, our investigator? Well, his search for the truth leads him into a conspiracy deeper than anyone imagined.
Okay, now I'm hooked.
Yeah, so Adamat starts finding these clues, like someone's trying to hide the truth about Krisamir's promise. He finds missing pages, these weird symbols.
Like a code or something?
Yeah, and like coded messages. It's like a puzzle, but someone keeps taking away pieces.
Sounds like he stepped on some toes. Probably some powerful toes.
Right, and it makes you wonder, who benefits from this? Is it the Kez, or are there other players?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, it gets more intense. Adamat realizes he's a target. He gets threats, almost gets assassinated a few times.
Oh, wow, like a spy thriller or something?
Exactly. He's trying to solve this puzzle while, like, staying one step ahead. Makes you think, how far would you go to find the truth, even if it meant putting yourself in danger?
Yeah, it's a tough one. And then there's this new character, Lord Vetus.
Lord Vetus.
Yeah, he claims Adamat owes him a debt, and he uses that to, like, control him.
Yeah.
Demands information about Tomas, the investigation.
That's interesting. Lord Vetus. His motives are unclear. Is he working for the Kaz, or playing his own game?
It's like one of those nesting dolls. You open one, and there's another one inside.
Right.
And Adamat's stuck in the middle. And, well, his family gets dragged into the danger, too, which raises the stakes even more. Would you risk your family's safety to, like, expose a conspiracy?
That's a heavy decision. But it's not just Adamat. Remember those personal struggles? Well, things get even more complicated. Tomas starts having these crazy dreams about a woman he doesn't recognize.
Dreams.
Yeah, vivid dreams. And Taniel finds out his ex, Vlora, is working for his dad.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Oh, that's got to be rough.
Yeah, all this adds depth, doesn't it? Shows how everyone is dealing with all this chaos.
Yeah.
Tomas's dreams, they suggest something deeper is going on. And Taniel, he has to figure out who he's loyal to.
Right, like who can he trust? And then there's Mihaly. Remember him? Our mysterious chef. Well, we start to see more of his abilities. It's not just food. He's got some control over the elements, too.
Really? It's like he's connected to something primal, older than the Powder Mage's magic. Makes you wonder, what's his role in all this?
He's like the biggest wild card. Okay, so we've got this conspiracy, betrayals, a war going on, and a chef who can control the elements. What happens next?
Well, remember the tension between Tomas and those nobles?
Oh, yeah. They weren't happy with him.
It explodes. Viscount Maxwell, he leads them. They refuse to cooperate. They want Tomas out. They even threaten to join the Kez.
Wait, what? They betray their own kingdom.
Yeah, it shows how divided Adro is. It's not just about the Kez. It's about power struggles, class differences.
That's intense.
And then it gets even worse. Tomas almost gets assassinated by one of his own brigadiers. Rise.
Wasn't brigadier.
Yeah, it's a turning point. Shows that Tomas can't even trust his closest people. The Kez, they've infiltrated everything.
So it was an inside job.
Yeah, but there's a twist. It turns out Rise wasn't really a traitor. He was trying to warn Tomas.
Oh, wow.
About another brigadier, Barat, who's secretly working with the Kez. But, well, Rise pays the price. The Kez kill him and his son to silence him.
That's brutal.
It really shows the human cost of all this. It's not just about battles. It's about people, families, and the consequences of betrayal. Meanwhile, Daniel's still at the Mountain Watch. He's leading the defense against the Kez. The odds are totally against him, but he's holding on. And Capol, she's a huge help.
Yeah, she's more than just a warrior.
Right. She uses her skills to protect Daniel, even the other soldiers. It shows that there are different ways to fight. The Adrians rely on their powder magic, but the Dionese, they have their own methods.
Right. It's like stealth and agility, a different understanding of nature.
Exactly. And it shows how important collaboration is. Sometimes the most unlikely allies are the key to success. But then Tandil discovers something terrifying. The Keds have this new weapon, enchanted bullets.
Enchanted bullets.
Yeah, made by these Denise sorcerers. Bone eyes, they're called. Super powerful. Can pierce through magic wards.
Oh, that's not good. So they're using magic against magic, basically.
Yeah, it raises the stakes, shows the Kez are willing to do anything to win, even use dark magic. Makes you wonder, is there a line they won't cross?
It's a scary thought. But then, the big reveal. Remember Krezimir's promise? Well, it's not just a legend, it's a real magical pact. And the Kez, led by Julien, one of their privilege, they're trying to summon Krezimir himself.
Wow, they want to use his power to conquer Adro.
Mm.
It's not just about land anymore, is it?
Right, it's about controlling this, ancient magic. But then we find out that Tomas isn't the only one with a connection to Kresimir. Remember Mihaly?
The chef?
Yeah. He's a descendant of Kresimir's brother.
No way. So he's got this family tie to the whole thing, but whose side will he choose? Tomas? Or his own path?
He's such a mystery. And another twist. Lord Vitas, the guy blackmailing Adamat, he's not working for the Kez.
Really? Then who is he working for?
This foreign nobleman, Lord Clermonte. He wants Tomas gone. It's personal. Some past betrayal.
Oh, so the conflict's bigger than just Adro. There are all these outside forces messing things up.
And Adamat's right in the middle of it.
Mm.
But even though he's hurt, he escapes with his daughter. He's got to warn Tomas.
He's putting everything on the line. It shows how strong his loyalty is. It's like, even in a world of magic and war, those human connections, they matter the most.
Yeah, they really do. So while all that's happening, back at the Mountain Watch, the battle is just getting worse. The Kez launch this huge attack, led by Burjan the Callous.
This is it. This battle will decide everything. Can Adro survive the Kez?
The stakes are, unbelievably high.
Right. And Taniel, he's pushing himself to the limit. He's discovering just how powerful he really is.
It's like that classic hero moment. But victory comes at a price. Taniel's mentor, Bo, is badly wounded, and the Mountain Watch is pretty much destroyed.
It shows that even with magic, there are limits. War takes its toll. But then we discover something else. The Kez have this secret tunnel.
A tunnel?
Yeah, under the Mountain Watch. They're bypassing the defenses. They could take the fortress from the inside.
Oh, man. So now they're trapped. Enemies on all sides. This is bad. This is really bad. Okay, so we're at this, breaking point. The Mountain Watch is about to fall. Tomas is down. Adamat's racing against time. Where do we even begin?
It's like everything's happening at once. Every move could change everything. It's like, hold your breath intense. How are they going to get out of this?
Right. So Tomas, he's in bad shape. His magic's gone. Enemies everywhere. His own people turning against him. It's like, he's trapped.
Total leadership crisis. He's got to rally his people, find the traitors, deal with the Kez, all while he's hurt and, well, kind of powerless. It's a test of, everything.
And then, boom, this huge reveal. Charlemagne, the Archdiocese, he's a Pridai, one of those ancient beings. He's been playing everyone from inside Tomas's own council.
Whoa! That changes everything. It's not just the Kez. There are these, ancient forces messing things up. Makes you question, well, everything.
It's like finding out the person you trust most is, the puppet master. But while Tomas is dealing with all this, remember Mihaly, our mysterious chef. Well, he steps up, big time. He uses his magic to help the people in Adopest while Tomas is out of commission.
It shows his compassion, right? He's not just powerful, he cares. He's using his abilities to help people. It's a big contrast to, Charlemagne or Julien.
He's like the unsung hero, working behind the scenes. And Adamat. He's still trying to solve the conspiracy, save his family. He finally confronts Lord Vitas, and he finds out that this nobleman, Lord Clermonte, the one controlling Vitas, he's got a score to settle with Camas. Some old betrayal.
Oh, wow. So it's personal. It adds this whole other layer to it. Wars and stuff, they're often driven by, revenge. It makes Lord Clermonte more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because he's not just after power.
It's like hell hath no fury. But with a nobleman and Adamat, even though he's injured, he gets away with his daughter. He's got to warn Tomas about the plot.
He's a true hero, risking everything to protect Tomas and expose the truth. It's about justice, doing what's right. even when it's dangerous.
Yeah. And Tomas, he finally starts to realize how deep this conspiracy goes. He can't trust anyone, not even his closest advisors.
That's got to be a tough pill to swallow. It's
Yeah.
like the more power you have, the more enemies you make, and the more vulnerable you are to, like, betrayal. It's the price of power.
It's a lonely place to be. But while all that's going down, Taniel and Kapul, with a few survivors, they're fighting their way into the Mountain Watch. They have to stop Julene before she summons Kresimir.
This is it, the climax.
Yeah.
Everything comes down to this. It's a long shot, but they have to try.
And it's, well, the battle is brutal. They're going up against the most powerful magic users out there. It's like edge-of-your-seat action.
It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Magic clashing, explosions. The source material really brings it to life.
Yeah, it's intense. And just when all hope seems lost, Mahali shows up. He joins the fight against Julene. And remember how he's descended from Kresimir's brother? Well, it gives him this, like, special link to Kresimir's power.
He's not just fighting. He understands the deeper stuff. He's using his knowledge, his power, to protect Adro. It's like a glimmer of hope in all this darkness.
He's like, the ultimate backup. And then Taniel makes this crazy discovery. Julene's not trying to summon Kresimir. She's summoning something way worse. Another Predai. Even more powerful, more ancient.
Oh no, it's like the monster you're fighting was just a pawn. Something way scarier is pulling the strings. Makes you wonder, can they even win now?
It's like that horror movie feeling, the real evil was hiding all along. But just when this new Predai is about to break free, Mahali jumps in. He uses his connection to Kresimir's power to, like, disrupt the summoning. He sends the Predai back to whatever it came from.
He's the real hero here. He risks everything to protect Adro. Even his own life. His connection to his power. He puts everyone else first. It's a reminder that true power comes from, well, compassion. Helping others.
That's a powerful message. So the Predai's gone, Julene's defeated, the Kez army is scattered, the war is finally over.
It's a victory, but it cost a lot. So many lives lost. And, well, those scars will last a long time. It's like, even when you win, there's a price.
Yeah, there's always a price. Tomas, he starts to rebuild, takes care of the remaining traitors, tries to create a new order. He even makes up with Taniel, recognizes his strength.
It's a new beginning, but there's still so much to do. Healing, uniting people. It's a chance for Adro to change, but it won't be easy.
And remember those missing pages from the ancient texts? Adamat never finds them. The secrets of Kresimir's promise, they stay hidden. Like there's still more to the story.
It's like an invitation. Keep searching, keep asking questions. There's always more to learn.
Exactly. So what does all this mean for us? What can we take away from this crazy tale of magic, war, and betrayal?
It reminds us that power can be a good thing or a bad thing. And it's not always easy to see the difference. But it also shows that courage, loyalty, connection, those things matter, especially when things are tough.
It makes you think about choices, sacrifices, what we leave behind.
It's a story about magic and stuff, but in the end, it's the human heart that matters.
Well said. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to jump back into these sources, see what other mysteries we can find. Maybe there's a sequel out there.
There's always more to discover. Until next time, keep diving deep.